So we all know how competitive the job market is these days. I mean, generally, not to even talk about the tech space. So what sets you apart as a data analyst is a portfolio project that is not just technically sound, but also unique. Having a project that showcases your skills from data collection to data cleaning, data analysis, and making insightful decision is something you want to showcase. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a portfolio project where you can independently source Instagram engagement data. You're going to conduct thorough analysis and you're going to provide actionable insights that will enhance social media strategies for content creators, for business owners, and even aspiring influencers. So this is the kind of project you want to have in your portfolio. It's going to showcase to your recruiters that you have the ability to actually source for data, to clean data, to analyze data, and to actually derive meaningful insight from those data. And that is a combination of data analysis process. Welcome back. So before we start coding, we need to set up our environment. And for this particular project, we'll be using Python and Jupyter Notebook. So if you haven't installed them yet, go ahead and do that first. Stop, we'll install a few packages. And the packages we're going to be using for this scraping is installer, and we're going to use Pandas. We'll store the data that we have the data we have scraped will be stored inside Pandas DataFrame. And for us to be able to install, we'll use pip install installer and Pandas. So we'll run this, and because I have this installed on my system, it's going to tell me requirement satisfied. So as you can see, saying requirement already satisfied for both installer and Pandas. So next, we need to import our necessary libraries. We import the installer, we import Pandas, we import datetime function, which is going to help us to manage our date, and we're also going to import take while and drop while. Import Pandas as PD. The next thing is to create an installer object. This is going to help us to log into Instagram and retrieve the data that we need. So installer dot. Now, as you can see, we set some certain options, to false because we are only interested in post metadata. We are not downloading images and we are not downloading videos. After creating the installer objects, we will need to log into Instagram using our credentials. That is your username and your password. So we'll do this. I am not going to let you see my Instagram credentials. So what I'm writing is a placeholder for your own credentials, right? So now we'll access the Instagram profile that we want to scrape, and we're going to do this using the from username method, which searches for the profile by its username. Now create a variable called profile and use our installer object dot profile dot from. username. Comma, the target username. Whose username are you trying to scrape from? So username. From mine, I actually use one influencer here in Nigeria called Maasi Today Headnot. Yes, this is the this is the person's username. So now comes the main part where we're going to be scraping the post. We are going to define our date range, and then we're going to iterate through the post on the particular profile. We're going to use take while and drop while to filter posts within the date range we are interested in. Now, this particular influencer that I am scraping posts a lot. The guy posts so much that I try scraping for 1 month, but you know that Instagram has rate limit, so I could not, and I have to reduce it to 1 week. And that 1 week post took me lot of time. So let us try to define the date range. So our start date. This is where we use our daytime. Daytime we imported that time, and the year you are interested in, the month and the day. Then your end date. Use daytime object, the daytime function, then the year, the month, and the day. Now we will try to loop through the post. So the first thing you need to, the first thing you need to do is to scrape posts within that date range. So we'll define a list for our that is going to house the date. The post. So we have post data, then we have post, which is equals to use the profile dot get post, profile dot get post. Now we're going to look through that post. So looking at for post, and take while. Here I use the lambda function. So not to waste your time, I will just pause this video, do the needful, and then come back so that I will shorten the time for us. So yes, that is the code to scrape the data from from the Instagram profile. You see, we have time where we scrape the date, the content type. We also scrape the likes, the comments, captions, post URL, the hashtags, and the video views. So these are everything we actually scrape from the profile. Code written, we need to make it organized and usable. So in order to do that, we need to wrap everything we've written so far inside a function. So this function will take the Instagram username, the date range, and the login credentials as its parameter. So when we call it, it's going to return a list of post data within the specified date range. So for that, let's come down here and define our function. We'll call it get Instagram post. So define get Instagram post. And what are the parameters we say it's going to take? Username, start date, end date, calendar username, and what again? Install that password. And that's all for the parameter. Then we'll start copying all this code we've written and we'll paste it inside the function. Copy this one, paste that. Then the next one, copy our credentials, paste that one. Once again, and copy the profile we want to scrape, to paste. And what other thing do we need to copy? Copy all these ones, this iteration, this list, and then this iteration, and paste inside that function. And at the end of everything, we want our function to be able to return list of post. So I'm going to return that post data. Also, during copying, this was unindented. Let's try to indent it back. Yes, good. So we have our function ready, and when we call this function, it's going to return list of post data within the specified date range. So once we have our script data ready, the next step is to organize it into a data frame for easy manipulation. We'll call them our data frame df Instagram, which equals to pd dot data frame post data. So this is going to convert our list of post data into Pandas data frame. Now to save our data for later use, you can export data frame to an Excel file. So call that data frame Instagram to Excel. And then what do we want to call it? The file name Instagram post data dot Excel and then index was to false. So with this, we already have our data stored as Excel. At the end of everything, we should have a code structure like this: import install loader, import pandas as PD from datetime, import datetime. From tools, import take while and then drop while. Then we define a function called get Instagram post that takes username, start date, end date, install loader username, install loader password as parameters. Then we create an install loader object with that parameters, where we say we are not downloading pictures, we don't need videos, and we don't need to download comments. So we set everything to false. Now we also log in with the install loader object. Also, we set the Instagram profile we are trying to scrape from. We create an empty list of post dates. Then we, write a for loop to help us scrape whatever it is we need to scrape. Now we define a function called create data frame that that convert this post data, this list of post data into a data frame. Then you can see the usage example here where we want to use it. The target username is this is the target username. Start date start date is from 1st of August to 7th of August. So this is 1 week data. And remember, I told you that your username should be your Instagram username and the password should be your Instagram password. Then post data, you call your get Instagram posts function that we defined earlier. You pass in all these parameters and then you run your code, show you it's going to definitely work. Also note that Instagram has rate limits and they don't joke with their data. As a matter of honesty, I tried scraping 1 month from this particular user's profile, but I could not. And you can encounter, it's possible you encounter such issue. Try and reduce your date range. This is a 1 week data instead of 1 month. I run this particular code trying to scrape Gucci profile, and I was able to scrape, I think, 1 or 2 months. Just try things out and let's see what you can make out of it. So if everything went well and our code run perfectly fine, we should have a data set like this that is stored in Excel, which we can later import into Pandas for further cleaning and analysis. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you think in the comment section.